All right, folks, here we are for another session of Off the Grid. Hey, our next guest that we have today, they have been labeled as one of the most, if not the most influential Philippine rap groups in history. These guys were game changers in the Philippine hip hop scene. They brought the stateside experience and introduced a new flavor to the Philippine community. And I thought they truly bridged the gap between the folks in America and overseas. And additionally, there's no doubt that they influenced later generations of Philippine rappers, which includes myself. So, hey, welcome to California MCs, Tracer One and Johnny Crush of Master Plan. What's going on,
Yes,
fellas?
sir.
What's up, man?
What up? What
Respect.
up?
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
dude! I'm super excited, man. Well, hey, man, happy New Year's, and I hope you guys had a good holiday season.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
Ru-
definitely we did.
Routine, man. On that
Hey, for
grind.
hey, for folks who spent some time in the Philippines, you guys miss the crazy New Year celebrations with all the crazy fireworks, or you like the more toned down one now that you guys are older?
Uh,
Cool.
I don't
I,
know, man. I haven't been there in a while for New Year's, but man, I remember New Year's. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah, it
yeah,
was just
fool,
Just
fools
light
go
shit
all
up,
out.
bro. Right?
yeah.
Fools go all out, man. I mean, they really set up their fireworks. I mean,
I remember driving around, right? It'd be like reminded me of fog, but shit smoke. Bro, right?
Yeah, I remember like the next day, like whenever I blew my nose, like everything was black, and yeah,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I remember that.
no, actually, like so this year I was like looking at videos of New Year in Manila and shit, and so fools got drones flying.
oh shit,
So it's literally like Tracer said, it's like freaking smog over the barangays and shit. But it's fools just going nuts with their fireworks and shit. And these drones are just focusing on different areas, and cats are just off the hook with the fireworks. Still,
that's funny,
you know,
man. Hey, do you guys know what Watusi is? Those are like little
Yeah,
red.
of course.
Yeah,
yeah,
okay, yeah,
A little
I didn't
kid.
know. Certain generations are familiar with it, man. I
oh
used
yeah,
Yeah,
to tell.
I actually got in trouble in middle school with I used to bring it when I'd go back and come back to the States, go back to school, I'd get in trouble for lighting those off in the like hallways and shit. But kids, they didn't know what the hell it was though. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
It's like a red little stick. You know what I mean? You're like, what is that? And it just keeps going. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, I miss all that shit in the Philippines. And what I don't really see either is like plastic balloon. Did you guys fuck with that back in the day too? Or it was like a little gel and then you used to blow it and turn it into a
oh
Philippine
yeah, yeah, yeah.
into
Those
a bubble.
things, yeah,
Yeah,
those things
that
were,
shit's
were hurt,
toxic,
man.
bro.
Yeah,
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 they
probably.
taste
That's
they
probably.
taste hella weird and shit, but it
No,
was
bro, it's
Yeah,
toxic. It's definitely
yeah,
toxic. Shit smells like paint thinner, bro.
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's probably why I have no hair and shit, dude. So,
But
well,
hey,
hey,
man,
good man. Well, I'm glad the
those are
holidays.
those are what kids play with out in the PI. They come up with some manly shit.
Yeah, that was
You
me included.
Yeah.
Well, good man.
fucking balloons.
Thank you, man. So I'm glad you
Thank
guys
you,
had a good
bro.
holiday season, man. And so I want to before I go into your storied resumes and musical careers, I wanted to take it back real quick to where it all began for you guys. Can you guys just real quick start with a quick introduction of yourselves? Tell us where you guys were born, where in California you guys call exactly home, and how long you guys been doing music. We can start with Tracer, then go to Johnny or whatever
uh,
you want to go.
well, I was born in Manila. I left there when I was like 2 years old. And then spent most of my life in Cali, out here in LA. Grew up in LA and just came back and forth all the time, to Pinas, because my sister was out there.
That's
She
right.
was she was an actress, so like I'd always come back like probably every almost if not every year, every 2 years since I was a kid. So I was always familiar with what was going on in the Philippines, and yeah, I was born here and lived most of my life over here.
Okay. Yeah, you've been doing music. I mean, guys, got to be
Oh,
like 20,
shit.
20, almost 30 years, man, huh?
Yeah, I lost count, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I lost
All
count.
good, man. Yeah. Hey,
But
Johnny, what
yeah,
about
yeah,
you,
I
bro?
would say about 30 years, right, Johnny? I don't know, man, might
Just
even
just
be longer.
about man.
For the
We
love
stopped
of
we
music,
stopped
Yeah.
counting.
yeah, but
We're
actually,
just we're just
album
grateful that we're just
probably
grateful that
was what 30 years.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
just grateful that our peoples hit us up every now and then. to come out and play.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm so
Yeah.
happy that you guys are performing. And it's been weird, man. As of like the last 5 years, man, there's been a lot of just just surfacing of all the legends, man. So it's good to see all the legends rhyming and still doing their thing and packing houses, man. Even more so than like the new generation, man. From what I've seen, so I love it, man. You guys always bring me back when I see you guys doing all the Wish videos and
Yeah. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
those are so fun, man. I want to get into that later too. That's so fun, man. So
Well, I mean that's a direct correlation to our fan base. They're older now,
yeah,
and they still want to have us come out, and they come out. They come
yeah,
out and drink with us. Buy beers and shit.
yeah.
Freaking whatever. That's like one of our themes during our shows is like we always toast. The
Ah,
audience.
I love it, man. Hey,
You
so
know.
where's the wish? Does the wish bus actually go pick you guys up, or do you guys gotta go meet? Where's it
Uh,
actually sitting?
the Wish Bus actually it's just posted up. Like most of the time, it's always posted up in Hollywood, in the
Okay,
Hollywood area, and then yeah, we just pull up and we do our thing inside the bus.
yeah. How long is that? How many takes do you guys have to do of that song? Is it? I mean, they got different camera angles, so is it multiple cameras just running once?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
multiple
cameras.
cameras running all at once, really.
Yo,
And then
that's
most of the time we just do one take. I mean, they do ask you if you feel comfortable with that, and then if we don't feel comfortable, we'll just run it again one more time, just uh, for backup. But mostly one take.
nice, man. Are the connections in the Philippines still strong now that you guys are back in the States? I mean, they're always bringing you back, and I see the merchandise collab, and so I imagine it is, man.
Um, Johnny, what you
It
got?
pretty much is. I mean, like when we come out, it usually snowballs. We'll come out and do an event, and then next thing like our fam out there hits us up and says, "Hey, can you guys do this venue? Can you guys do that venue?" So it snowballs. So I mean, our peoples are there. They just hook us up when we get out there.
Yeah.
Once you're out there, it's pretty easy. Next thing you know, freaking, we're not even sleeping anymore, Patty. We're just like freaking,
I'm,
we're
I'm
doing
believing.
shows every night, every other night, maybe get a night or two to rest, but we're always in action.
I
And
love it,
and
man.
and, and the folks out there, they just keep it going. They keep it rolling.
Yeah, man, they keep keeping that music alive, and I love it, man. And Johnny, for you, who were your musical influences? Like who, like
Uh,
really inspired you to pick up the pen? If you had to just kind of zero in on two or three guys, man, who really got you excited when it came to rapping?
I mean, it really have to be like Rakim. I mean, he's I mean just his build on writing, on how you write your raps, his wordplay, that really caught my ear.
Yeah.
Uh, uh you know, freaking, even BDP, you know,
Ooh, yeah.
KRS. We're golden era cats. So like those guys really influence a lot. There's just so much. I mean,
Yeah.
we try to incorporate that into obviously what we do, but like I mean just seeing those guys that have that elevation of wordplay and sequencing your lyric. You know,
Right.
Rakim was the one for me.
That's awesome. Yeah. Hey, Tracer, what about you, brother? Who influenced you?
Uh, yeah. I mean, yeah, like Johnny said, Rakim.
Yeah.
Because we're kind of like in the same era.
Yep.
So, like he was like, well, I mean, Nas was like how when Nas came out, that was like
Yeah.
our Nas at those times. You know what I mean? When Rakim was coming out, I would say Rakim. I would say Big Daddy Kane was a big one for me because he
Oh,
was the way his wordplay was and how he was more on the smooth tip. Rakim was more on the hip hop tip. Um, Run DMC, Beastie Boys, like all those really like Sugar Hill Gang. That's the first time I heard rap,
yeah.
and those actually like just influenced me like Slick Rick,
Yeah.
and it's just too many to pinpoint, really.
Yeah,
But,
and that's a good point because I wanted to shout out the tribute, the 50 years tribute song that you did.
right.
With the Indescendants. That was fucking amazing. Holy shit.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you.
Dude, the big question is how long did it take you to write that song? Because that was like, dude, you got to fucking know your hip hop if you put that together. And
I mean, it wasn't that hard because there's so many great hip hop songs out there. I mean, that song could really actually go on for a fucking day if you really wanted it to. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like whatever I felt I put together, and then I just tried to piece it so it kind of made sense as I was flowing, and it just didn't come out as just random things. I tried to still rhyme them together, but yeah, it was pretty quick. You know what I mean? Because once you get that bug and you start writing, shit just comes out. And then sometimes you just get you hit a wall and ain't nothing coming out. You got to leave it alone for a couple of days and come back to it. So yeah, I mean, but that one it was pretty quick because it was everything just kind of spilt out when I was writing that.
Yeah, as an MC, like anytime I hear something dope, I'm always like, damn, why did I fucking think of that? And like Johnny does,
don't we all of us? That's all of us, man.
That's always the afterthought.
So easy. Oh my God, why couldn't we think of that?
No, and Johnny does some stuff that I took on too. So Johnny in the Welcome to Manila track, you go back and forth between Tagalog and English.
Yeah,
That also inspired me to do that too. I like it when you do that and use Tagalog words in the raps. And then Tracy, like I mentioned, man, that 50-year song. I was like, damn.
It's so funny because back in the day, we tried to incorporate that when we were out there, and then some of the label people would be like, "Oh, that wouldn't work,"
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, they just be like, that wouldn't work, and we're like, all right, well, we're gonna keep on doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
But just to have, I mean, that's a label mindset,
So that's a great
just
question.
to put that out there. It wasn't always, it wasn't always like, a suggestion, to be done because, just
and I think back then too, it wasn't cool to speak Tagalog, and then now as we come into a more modern time, everyone's more. It's like super cool to speak different languages, man. And man, I just love it, man. I love how you showcase that.
Yeah, it's inevitable. It's worldwide. So
yeah,
obviously.
Yeah. Hey, so that's a good point, man. So the labels, did they try to sell you more as an American act versus your Filipino roots? Is that what they wanted to do against the other Filipino rappers, or is it not just they were just picky in general for some things?
It wasn't really actually there wasn't really like a set game plan to what we were doing. It just kind of happened. You know what I mean? When they did release Bring That Booty.
Yeah.
They passed the records around to different DJs at clubs because back then for some reason they didn't play OPM, original Pinoy music in the clubs.
Yeah.
So with ours being all English, they just kind of passed the record around in different clubs, and since it was in all English, people thought it was a foreign act already, you know what I mean? And they sent it as a white label record, so there was no pictures of us or anything. So that's how it really started blowing up in the clubs because they just played it in clubs, and then it was just one of those hit songs at a club until we started doing our radio tour and TV tour with that song. People were surprised to know that we were actually a local act. So it wasn't like it never, they couldn't have any judgment on it already. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It was just already out, and they're like, oh shit, these guys are Pinoy, and they're from out here, So that's how it kind of worked out.
Is it true that the record deal that you guys got was based on whether or not you could create a song that was similar to Rump Shaker?
Yes, exactly. That was
shit.
right, Johnny. Right? You could tell that story.
That was one of the touching points, you know. But you know, these guys, you know, this is um, master plans already established at this time, you know,
Yeah.
and you know, and that was the thing is like you know they wanted to you know pattern you know master plan off the hits that are out there, and you know Rum
Yeah,
Shaker
well,
was
that song, the Rum Shaker song, was just shit. It was hitting. It was hitting really
Yeah.
hard in Manila and all over Philippines, and that was it. You know, Miss Belia Tan from Universal Records, rest in peace. She just said, "Hey, you know, we'll definitely sign you if you can make a song just like that."
Whew.
And that was it. Look,
Yo, bring that booty is a fucking hit, man. And I'll tell you too, like so when I was growing up in the Philippines, you know, I saw Francis M.
right,
And so that was the start of it, right? I saw him beatboxing and doing rock rap, and so that was kind of
right,
influenced.
right.
I couldn't like fully tie to him, man. And then when I saw the Bring That Booty video, then I was like, whoa, okay, hey, these guys look more like me, right? And so I just found like a stronger tie, right, to what you guys were doing, and then like I could relate being from the States too as well, and so that's
Right,
why
right.
it was like an instant connect for me, man. I was like, God, this okay, this is it, man. So I'm gonna try to start, you know, writing a little bit and model my style.
Right, dude.
So that's super dope, man.
Yeah. Yes, yes. It was you know, we really did, like I said, we really didn't have no type of game plan. We were just
Yeah,
out there. We wanted to do music, and whatever we stumbled upon along the way, that's what happened, you know. And then later that we look back on it, it was like, whoa, dude, that's, you know, it's history. But we really didn't plan shit, bro. We are just trying to do our thing and put out hip hop, you know, and then kind of teach everybody like rap. It's not just rap, because everything was rap back then.
yeah.
uh you never really heard the term hip hop,
No, good
and
point.
everyone putting together what hip hop was with the graph, and you know, and DJing and b-boying and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's
Hence,
what kind of set us in a different light than other MCs out there. So you know, we were just doing the whole thing. You know.
Yeah, so how did you guys go about even thinking like, hey, we're gonna try to make it big? Was that did you use connections from your sister at the time to get you in the door, or like were you scouted, or how was that whole
Well,
idea that came to
actually,
life?
right? Actually, it was both. You know, right? We um when we first started, my sister did get us. We got our foot in the door with meetings with different labels, and but they didn't really work out. You know what I mean? And then we were just doing our thing. We didn't want to sign with these certain labels because they were asking some weird shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like I don't know. I don't want to do that corny type of shit. That's what we're exactly not trying to do. You know, and we just said, hey, we'll just keep doing our thing. And then we were at a rehearsal studio just practicing over there in Green Hills. And then one of Belia's best friends, Jeline Eugenio, she does choreograph. She was like a famous dancer, and she still is. And she saw us practicing in there, doing our thing, and she was really close friends with Belia Tan from Universal Records, and
Oh,
she set up the meeting with Belia, and yeah, the rest was history with that. So we did try to use my sister's hookups, but it didn't really work out. And then it kind of like, yeah, we just got scouted. So it's like,
yeah. Yeah, but I think and that's like you got to use the opportunities that are presented in front of you, and I think that's a good
right.
thing. And so it's so difficult. Sometimes it's like who you know, in some cases, and the skill speaks for itself. So that's dope, man. I love that connection, man.
Yeah. And
And
it was also trying to talk people in, because this it was a new thing. You know what I mean? They were like, we wanted to do a lot of our shit in English. So a lot of them were trying to force us into doing all Tagalog. Our
yeah,
Tagalog is kind of, I could get through. I could understand fluently, but like if I had to write it and write a pure Tagalog rap, I'd have a hard time doing this shit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And the thing was, we wanted to make everything in English, because if everything was in Tagalog, it wouldn't have left Philippines. You know what I'm saying? Like it would have just stayed with Pinoys. It probably would have left Philippines, but only with the Pinoy culture. You know, we wanted to make everything in English, so that's what got us to release our music out in Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, all that shit. That's like all the internet, Hong Kong, all the international release is because it was in English, but repping Pinoys. You know what I mean? That was our master plan.
But like, you know, like Butch would say, you know, I mean, master plan is a phrase, you know, pretty much heard, you know, during that time. You know, in a lot of MC's lyrics, you know, how they got their master plan going. And Butch was like, shit, this is our master plan.
Yeah. And you heard it a lot in a lot of hip hop songs. Especially like the Rakim,
yeah,
you know, was
exactly.
very very famous.
Probably
Thinking
the
of a
main
master
influence.
plan.
You know, thinking of a master plan. You know, that's probably
And that's what we were thinking about. And I'm like, that's the plan, dude.
You know?
That's it.
Yeah,
dude, that's fucking great. Now, is it true? I saw rumors about the name. How did labels want to call you guys J and B to honor the letter? Is that a true story?
J and B.
That was actually, it was Viva.
Okay.
Viva.
Yeah.
J and B.
I don't know. So.
What else? They were
Menudo?
like, oh, you guys do black music, so maybe we can call you guys Dinuguan.
Yeah, after like Menudo influence and shit, I'm like, come on, man.
You know, there's Menudo, and there was also an R&B group called Adobo back then, Adosa Brown Origin. That was the acronym, but they were called Adobo. But like, you know what I mean? We're like,
nah, don't name us after food, man. If anything, Munchies.
Oh God,
That's
I'm
the
so
plan,
glad
you know.
that you guys didn't go with Dino Guan. That would have been tragic. But hey, Johnny, how was it like coming up in the Philippines, man? Was it did you see a lot of love amongst the other Philippine-born rappers? You know, was there a border between Phil-Am and Phil rappers, or was it all love when you guys were there?
You know, it pretty much was all love. Our main adversaries, if you want to call it that, were like, you know, certain labels, certain media folks, you know, certain radio stations that wanted to you know, pit culture against culture. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, growing up in the States, like Butch, you know, I was 2 years old when my parents migrated to the States. We lived in the East Coast, in New Jersey, Queens, and you know, as a young Filipino, you know, I was listening to rock music out there. When my parents decided to move out to the West Coast, out to San Francisco, boom, that's where I got down with my Filipino people, because there was more Filipinos, you know, obviously out here in the West at the time. But going back to what you're asking, you know, our main adversaries were pretty much just like, you know, closed-minded, you know, people that were in position to talk about, you know, about music in those days. And it was really culture against culture, which we were, you know, very much against, because like, you know, we listen to everything, you know what I'm saying? You know, freaking you'll find us rocking out at a rock concert. I mean, Butch, remember we did what was it, Ateneo or UP Davao? One of those universities. And you know, we got off the tour bus, and you know, we were getting Mad Dog. You know, even the girls were giving us sideways glances, like, you know, because they were hard about their punk culture. And it was always promoted that, you know, punk.
Well, it was that certain radio station that they just promoted, you know, rap, hip hop against rock, and you know, they just treated it like back in the day, where I would probably compare it to like how rock and disco, you know what I mean? Like how it was out here back in the day. It was like, you know, disco sucks and blah blah blah. So you know, they just did that to us. I mean. And they probably thought this shit was a fad, you know what I mean? Like it was gonna come and go. But yeah, you know, we're still here.
100%. And you guys, Filipino rappers, you guys were just, I mean, you guys are unicorns, man, in the sense that it wasn't very common to see Filipino rapping in the 90s. They were just DJs or B-boys, mostly, right?
Right.
And so was that like, what were you guys thinking? Like, was it a trip to you guys that you guys were rapping in the 90s and just making it big, or you know, did none of that matter? You know, hey, we just wanted to rap.
It didn't really matter, because it was a natural progression.
Yep.
You know, I mean, we all started, in the culture, and you branch to your preferences, you
Yeah.
know. So emceeing and writing, as you understand, was something that touched us, and so we went with that. Let's make music to make us feel good because freaking this shit that we're listening to makes us feel good, and that's the thing that spurred us on, was to be creatives in that aspect, and
Right.
Oh, that's dope. Hey,
I
Johnny,
know.
do you like to write with a beat or without a beat?
uh you know you know because I'm a beat maker.
Oh,
um
oh shit! I didn't know you produced too. Dope.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our hands in the pie as master plan,
Yeah.
but like it used to be, when you didn't have anything to make beats with, you make your rhymes and shit, you just write, you're banging on your classroom table. But like having the opportunity to use these machines, but still, really, it's either or. Whatever,
Yeah.
whatever hits you at the moment. You could just be, you know, thinking about something and start writing, or you can have a loop or a sample that's been in your head for a while and start writing off that.
Yeah. Oh
I
man.
think it's pretty much the same for me and Butch.
Okay.
You know,
Oh, dope, man. I know some people have, for me, it's just
because
difficult to write
Butch
without a beat. Yeah.
Butch Butch likes to write a lot of hooks and shit, and he'll just be like, yo, I was rolling around one day, and this is what popped in, and then he'll float it to me, and then I'll be like, all right, we don't have a beat for it, but we'll start writing to that shit, or
Yeah.
or we'll be
Either or sometimes we'll come, or Johnny will come up with a beat, and then we'll write the hook. Or sometimes the hook is first, sometimes the beat's first.
Yeah.
But I can definitely say, like, the verses always come later, after
Yep.
we already create a beat and the hook, and then
Oh,
whatever we're feeling off of that, that's when we could feel exactly how to write the verses. So
ah,
basically, yeah. I mean, that's the kind of the formula I've been using. I
okay.
mean, yeah,
And it works. Well,
yeah.
hey, how about like when you guys were coming up, man? So I know eventually you did some work with Francis M, but who were some of the other rap groups and rappers that you guys uh spent some time with, man? I like Andrew E. Death Threat was one that I was introduced to in the '90s, and then like
Right, Death Threat.
Legit Misfits. I really like the Jabonga song. And so, are any of those groups good friends, or were they allies when you guys were coming up in the
Well,
scene?
we're
Sun Valley Crew. Sun
Sun
Valley
Valley Crew. Okay, I'm
was
not
was
familiar
like,
with them. I gotta look them up.
well,
SBD.
all these guys lived in the same neighborhood with Butch. He Butch will let you know. But
but but actually, the whoever you met, like Dash from Legit Misfits, Death Threat. I mean, they're part of the Asiatic tribe. That's like
right.
our collective.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, yeah, we are good. We helped produce Death Threat's
Rich
first
Paul.
album, yeah, and all that. We did H Bomb's album. I mean, there's a lot of little
Wow.
production credits like people didn't really know that we had our hands on. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Holy shit.
um, but yeah, we were actually not collabing as with verses, but we had our hands in the to help with the production and get them in the studio and kind of guide the way and how to do things, especially with Death Threat when they first started. So
Yeah.
Wow.
It was always about pushing the music, you know. And cats gravitated to us, because they knew what we were about.
Yeah.
You got guys like like DJ Med Messiah, Moral Beats.
Yeah.
Back in the day, he was always rolling around with the True Asiatics, when we're out there, just having sessions, just like at the house, freaking, you
Damn,
know,
that's wild.
sessioning out,
I
So like
mean,
the
I mean,
cats kind
it's already with Pinoys and everything. Just even out here, it's already a small world. So imagine how much smaller it is when we're in that island, back
Yeah.
home. Like, we're all gonna run into each other somehow, some way, do the same shows. So I mean,
And this is
was
all we did, day in, day
it
out.
was pretty it was pretty a tight knit group of people when we were doing music those years, in the 90s.
Yeah. Hey, did you guys ever get into battle style rapping, or was it mostly conceptual and party
Uh,
rocket type jams?
yeah, we never got into the battle scene,
Okay.
really.
No,
Uh,
no, not really. I mean, the only battling I was doing was in high school, clowning fools, and rhymes. But like, I mean, that was, that's how we grew up. But like, man, there's some really talented fucking battle MCs out there, and
Oh,
yeah, I mean, the whole structure of the battle scene is it gives you more opportunity to really write.
yeah.
You know, it's no secret that people study their opponent.
Yeah.
yeah.
Before
Nowadays, it's kind of it's
so
a trip. Yeah,
it's a very good structure to script what you're gonna be rapping about.
That's a
And
good
that wasn't present back in the day. We were just concerned about freaking we're on a label. Labels asking us to do these songs. All right, so Butch would be like, "Yo, man, we got to knock out these two joints and shit for the radio."
Yeah.
But the rest of that time in the studio, we're just freaking doing whatever we're feeling. Hence all the B-side stuff that you hear that comes out nowadays. I mean, that was really the opportunities that we had the chance to be under these labels and do what they asked of us, but at the same time, we have our own master plan agenda.
Yeah, I love and so and you mentioned that a lot of stuff is scripted when they do the battles these days. So what is, in Master Plan's opinion, the true definition of what a freestyle rap is? I've heard definitions where it's raps that you don't use and you just have in your pocket ready to go, or it's straight off the top. What do you guys feel like?
I would say off the top. That was
Yeah,
just how it was created. You know what I mean? Like you just you cap on the dude of what he's wearing that moment or whatever. You know what I mean? That's like
yeah.
I
Or
mean,
or
studying and trying. I mean, I get it now. I mean, they go a lot deeper, because the battles and they're trying to expose each other, and I mean, they're really getting into each other's nerves. But I really like how 8 Mile was, man. That's like
Yeah.
how that was the real shit for me. You know what I mean? And on top of that, on the beat,
Yeah.
the beat
Yeah.
always sounds dope. You know what I mean? Like, because you can't just stop and think, and and then when it's just like almost spoken word, I rather have it on the beat. For me, that's just my opinion. On the beat and just roasting fools. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it.
or
Because
like
that was the whole fun of it, right?
yeah, or like at a gig, sometimes there'll be places where shit may not go off as you planned. So how do you compensate for that? You start freestyling and shit, and then you're in
Right.
the moment, and
Yeah.
and that's how you keep your flow going. You start freestyling and shit. And that's really where we're like, all right, we'll give each other that look on stage, like, yo, all right, maybe that part just dropped, but like, let's keep it going. So
Yeah.
one
That's
of us will start freestyling, and keep it moving.
Oh, great points, man. Yeah, I think I'm in the same camp as you guys, man. I think it's straight off the top, and that's just the way that I grew up. So yeah.
Yeah, it
Great.
is. I
Great.
mean, but no doubt, there's appreciation for the artistry that's involved in
For
these
sure.
in the battle scene, because shit, that's a whole nother level, and they
Yeah.
they go hard. You
Oh,
know,
absolutely.
give the opportunity to study their opponent. It's mania. It's like, damn,
Yeah.
I take that shit personal and be like, freaking, throw a beer in your face for talking shit like that. But it's like,
There's
you
that
know,
one viral video that I think it was from a flip top battle. You
oh
guys
my
see that one where
god,
it's like the guy was going da, 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 and just went viral, and
yeah.
just it
Fools
was mad
worldwide are just like,
disrespectful.
what is this shit, and it's like, translation,
I haven't
please.
seen that.
Oh man,
I
I
gotta
gotta
peep it out.
show you the link, man.
Yeah,
It's
fools
amazing.
asking for translations and shit.
Really?
Funny. Some dudes will put up a translation that's totally not what it meant.
Yeah, right.
Oh, is that what it is?
Some
Yeah,
The
fucked up
the
shit.
subtitles meant nothing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It was like
dude.
the
the
delivery was
subtitles were
amazing.
free. Were they were freestyling the fucking subtitles too and
Yeah,
shit?
I think I actually saw that like on one of Pete Rock's posts.
Oh,
You know, he was
I
like,
think you're right, man.
and I was like, oh shit, all right.
Oh yeah,
Translation,
I would
please.
always see that. It's all what it do. It sounds hard, but what is he saying?
Yeah, yeah. You know.
That's right. Well, yeah.
But
Also,
they recognize that shit. You gotta go through the PI now.
yeah. Oh, 100%.
You
100%.
know, all these battle leagues, they go to the PI. You know, all those T dot cats, they go to the PI, man.
Yeah. That one
Because
guy just
they
recently
because they
went,
know,
right?
yeah. I mean, Flip Top is it's not they're not where they're at because they're just like on some side shit. These are the main guys for the battle league.
Yeah, you can't deny Filipino contributions to hip hop, man. It's they've done some amazing things for the culture, man. I love
Word.
it.
Oh, definitely, yes.
Yeah, and so you guys have seen the game, from the golden age in the '90s and even '80s, and then you're still here today. How are you guys enjoying the constant evolving state of hip hop? You guys a lot of the stuff that you're hearing nowadays?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. A lot of shit is banging.
yeah,
I mean, um, we have our preferences,
yeah,
but you also appreciate, like I said before, the way cats are just innovating,
yeah.
you know, um, given the technology now, shit, it's crazy. If
Yeah, yeah.
we had this back in the day, who knows,
Yeah, that's true,
but,
man.
but we pushed it with whatever we had, and so we're still pushing it with what we got.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Trey? Same feeling, also.
Well, yeah. I mean, no, there's good music out there, but then there's always gonna be that some trash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other things wouldn't be good if there wasn't trash. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But
There's a certain balance.
there's a lot of songs where I feel like the verses are very went back to like some preschool shit. I mean,
Oh,
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot like that, but like for most part, it's it's a lot of good music out there now, and
Yeah. So sometimes the lyrical content may be, you know, you know, lacking in a lot of aspects.
like
You
five
know,
words for like two bars. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Or like, what are you building?
yeah.
I mean, where's, what are you building on? It's just
Well, it's more like what I figure now. Like some of these songs are just more like chants. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? They don't really get deep in the writing
Yeah. No, I
or
can see that.
wordplay.
yeah.
Wordplay and
And that's
punchlines.
always that yeah, that's always been the case, man. It's like, what catches our ear is like, substance, it's like,
Yeah.
what
And,
what moves you emotionally.
yeah, and then the way that you guys too, your delivery too is quite unique, man. What I like what you guys do too is you're able to flip the reggae style of delivery too pretty good. And I've always wanted to do that. And I see you guys do it at the shows and then in the songs. I'm like, it sounds so good.
Yeah,
Well, see that like for me, those influences came from back in the day where like it would like be KRS-One, like Boogie Down Productions, man.
Yeah.
If you listen to their first albums, they would drop some of that flavor in their flows.
Yeah.
So kind of
well,
adapted to it, and I liked a lot. I mean, I love I love all that type of music right there too. So I mean, like in another life, I wish I was like Beanie Man or some shit. But so it was always fun to actually do music and
yeah,
be able to
man.
flip it that way.
Yeah, that dance hall reggae does something to you, man. It just catches that rhythm,
Yeah.
that attitude, You know, and so, you know, like, you know, we're in studios smoking a lot of weed, you know,
Yeah,
and, you know, we listen to that shit, you know, it's gonna come out somehow and be like, oh, got it, you know,
yo,
all right, just turn the lights down low and freaking, you know, turn
Yeah, well, yeah, and then what happened was literally all our music was about weed. and,
the.
and no one really knew what we were talking about. You know what I mean? Like
that's
when
right,
it came
man.
out, I was just having a discussion with Kev. That's our DJ Kev Rock. Shout out to Kev. Um, we're listening to an Al James cut, and there's another cut. Her name is Illis Morena,
Okay,
and she has a song called Faded, which is pretty dope. You know what I mean?
I gotta
But
check it
all
out.
they do is it's in Tagalog, whatever. It's it's local. But it was like they were talking about weed and shit. And I was thinking about, how open it is, and now people know what they're talking about. But I was like, dude, we were doing that shit like in 92. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like, but like now it's like people are more, the public's more conscious about that,
That's
what they're
right.
saying. They know exactly what they're saying nowadays. You know what I mean? Like nowadays they'll be like, oh, don't perform that on the TV show because you're just talking about weed. But
Yeah.
dude, with us, it's all, oh, like the ganja, come on, perform that. They had no idea what the, you know what I mean? And
Oh shit.
it was just, yeah, and we were just talking about that on the ride to the spot last night, and because we were listening to the new music, and we're like,
Yeah.
I can't believe that it came a long way, and then like how we first started talking. I mean, I don't know who was talking about weed like in the Philippines in their songs in the 90s. I'll
Dude,
wait.
th-
I'll
that's
wait.
that's true, man. Like you guys did it a lot in Way the Plan, and I'm gonna say I'm guilty too. I didn't know what the fuck Irie
Yeah,
meant, and
Way the Plan.
I didn't know what that meant.
I
What?
mean, I read, man. I read. It's
Well,
just
yeah,
we're
I
straight
mean,
talking. I mean, the song ends with a dude hitting a bong, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Oh man,
that,
that's a
that
good.
that was always sort of our like little, you know, side joke to each other. Ha ha ha. Yeah, we could rap about weed out here
and
and
yeah,
shit.
and
You know?
and and,
And,
uh,
and,
and
and
no
they'll
one
they'll
ever,
figure it out sooner or later.
yeah,
Yeah.
and no one ever knew before we ever did all these shows. We'd be in the parking lot smoking a fat one, like maybe three fat ones because the weed wasn't that strong, and we'll be on like
The weed
GMA.
wasn't that strong, but you smoke enough. You'll be Irish.
We'd be on GMA Super Show, lit, bro, lit.
Yeah.
we do.
Shit.
We were
Lit,
Oh,
doing it.
lit.
No one had no idea. No one had no idea. They're all, oh, look, his ice is just sink it. He's like China, nah, bro. I'm high as shit.
Shout out to that Baguio Gold, man.
Yeah,
Holy
you
shit.
remember? Yeah.
Butch
With the
used to
seed,
get like shoe boxes and shit. We'll be like, you know,
we
these
used to have the homies pick the seeds
brown
out this
brown
shit.
weed
Hey, bro,
stalks
pick
and
the seed. Can you pick the seeds out this shit?
shit.
Holy shit. My eyes are sinking, dude. That's
Yeah,
funny
bro.
times, dude.
Oh
Hey,
man, I was really high.
yo, I want to just like real, I feel bad if I won't touch real quick on your first album, man. So I really just wanted to ask
For sure.
and talk to you guys about just was there a lot of pressure putting that first album together because it was the first one, or were you able to get through it just as a hey, we're gonna do this for fun, and not realize like how that album is freaking classic? And actually, both your albums, man, I really enjoy, man. The Way the Plan and the self-titled one. And you get, I mean, you still got amazing catalogs, but I hold those albums in high regard, man. Was there a lot of pressure
Right.
putting those together?
Well, at that time, it was with Type. We were, dude, we were hungry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We already had half those songs on deck already. We just changed the lyrics a little just to cater to what we were doing at that time. Uh, but yeah, we had a lot of those songs already on deck, so it was pretty easy to put things together. But it was like our first times in a real studio and getting to know how to spit into a mic without popping it and little technical things like that. But other than that, we already the music it came really easy because we were hungry. You know what I mean? You know, we needed a place to release all this energy, and then they gave it to us, and then we rolled with it.
Yeah, that's so dope, man. And so, people always caution folks about the second album to, there's always a sophomore slump, but there was no slip in your
Right.
game on the second album. It was even freaking
Second
better.
album was just like freaking marinating off the situation already.
Yeah.
The second album was for me, watching these guys was more freedom.
Yeah.
You know, freedom
Well,
to
yeah,
actually look for shit to
because at that point they already trusted us.
right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
We didn't have to really prove ourselves to the label.
Yeah.
So when that second album came out, that was just like, actually a big shout out to one of our friends, his dad, he's a DJ, brother Wayne. He was a jazz DJ. He had a place called Jazz Box, Jazz Box over there in Malate, yeah. So he's an old school DJ. You know, he was an old school DJ, jazz station. And when we were marinating on trying to make the second album, we would always hang out at his bar. And he actually came up, he's all, you know what, guys, why don't you guys make something that sounds more familiar to an old guy like me, you know what I mean? Like, and then he like mentioned certain bands and whatever, and then I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, you know what I mean? And at that time, Outkast came out with their first album, and that song Southern Playalistic, is it? The Cadillac Music? Like, it really sounded like on some Earth, Wind, and Fire vibe, you know what I mean? And then, although that shit just came together, it was like, oh shit, why don't we just fucking use Earth, Wind, and Fire? And then we wrote, and then just changed the words up a little bit, you know, instead of Hearts of Fire, light the ganja and what have you.
Oh shit!
But, so
That's
it was
crazy.
like a big shout to brother Wayne who planted that seed with us, and that's how that song came into fruition.
Yeah, and I like everything about that. So the first album, you guys used the more art cover, the artsy cover, and then I like that you guys used the cover of you guys all posing in front of the album.
Dude, that's such a corny picture, bro. Come on.
Oh, but I could visualize,
bro. There was no lowriders, so we dude, that was in an Impala. And we didn't even get a picture of the whole Impala. It just looks like some blue car. You know what I mean? But it was an Impala, right? And on top of that, you know what was funny too? We couldn't find no lowriders, and we were all in the lowriders and shit. But there was none around back then. You know what I mean? You could, but there was that. And then they actually he jacked up the backside to make it try to look like it was on hydros and shit. But the cover was just us and the fucking blue door.
I gotta look at it again now. Damn.
It was just a blue car. You would never know it's a fucking Impala. You know what I mean?
Hey, but I could tell, like, just during the course of the interview that you guys have a great sense of humor, and even so in that album, I could tell just the spaceship skit.
Okay, see.
Yeah. So I used to connect to the guy in the background who used to say, "Fasten your seatbelt."
That's actually Jay Masta. That was he's a legendary b-boy in the Philippines. That was Jay Masta's line, bro, and we always fucked with him. Like every time we got in the car, we'd look at him and go, "Hey, fasten seatbelt."
So I love that.
Well, now,
yeah.
And now even like one of the homies, will hit us up and shit, and all out of nowhere, he'll be like, "Hey, fasten seatbelt."
Was that line planned? Was it planned or no? It wasn't.
Okay,
none of that was.
This is what happened, bro. I'll tell this story. This is a cool story. That's why. So, our first album we recorded at Green Hill Studio, old school, reel to reel. It was just like your standard analog studio back then.
Okay.
And then, so when Way of the Plann came out, there was one of the first digital studios opened up in Makati. So it was called Digital FX. So they also did like sound editing and stuff for TV and movies and stuff like that, right? So they had like we record our album, and then the engineer would sit there, tweak it, mess around with it, and then there was another studio that we would just go into and go fuck around, and then we saw a catalog of sound effects on CDs, and then we're always smoking. It was always 420 with us. You know what I mean? So we'd just be over there.
Start looking for shit now.
Start playing, start tripping out, and bro, hey, let's just do weird skits. And then none of this shit was written, dude. It was all freestyle. Like, okay, this is a spaceship. Hey, so this is the premise. We're gonna fly the spaceship. We're gonna see some punks that we don't like. We're gonna shoot them, and then that's that. Okay, let's go. Play. Boom. Record. That's all we did. There were like one takes, dude. All of that shit. All the skits.
Dude, and then who said the burger machine line? That shit was fucking hilarious.
Hey, because we'd always see some fools like hanging out at the burger machine in Parañaque, right? So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the homies would be posted up at the burger machine slanging.
That was the hangout. Like, every time late night from the club, we'd go home, dude. There'd be all kinds of fools by the burger machine over there in Parañaque, dude. So like,
I wonder do you know if those things are still around?
I haven't seen one.
There's gotta be one somewhere.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right, Johnny. Holy shit.
Bro, I missed that shit, man. I missed the Sansribal, bro, from Burger Machine. Yeah. That was it's a fucking stick of butter, bro. That's all. With some crumbs. Just add some breadcrumbs on a stick of butter and some sugar. We good.
Shit's quality though, man. They had some quality sounds.
No, it was, dude.
Well, hey man, classic albums, and as mentioned, I really hold those albums in high regard, and it was very fundamental in my development as an MC. And I'm a proud owner of the tapes and CDs of those albums. Did it ever get pressed on vinyl? And I wish it did, man.
Yeah, they're shit. I didn't know till later, but yeah, a lot of it was on vinyl. 45s actually. There's a lot of 45s out.
Yeah,
holy God, I better look around, man. So
yeah, I mean.
It's out there. I mean, you go to your Discogs and like my folks that dig, they'll be like, we found Bring That Booty and shit. Song like a freaking 45 or whatever, and it's like, and it's going. It's a demand.
Probably hundreds of dollars, man.
Price. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, our boy, he comes across a lot of them. Shout out to RB1.
Oh yeah.
Hey, fasten seatbelt. What's it got?
Yeah, Tress School, bro. They always, they have. He comes up with a lot of copies, and I it's a trip. He finds them somehow. I don't even have any. I have 0.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got him stashed at my parents' place in Vacaville. Johnny, you probably know where Vacaville is.
I do.
Yeah.
Is that where you're at right now?
What's that?
Is that where you're at?
No, I'm in Hawaii right now. So
Honolulu. Oh.
Yeah. Right. But my folks, they live out in Vacaville, so.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, dope, man. And so I know later on you guys eventually connected with Francis M's Red Egg label, and you guys had some tracks that you did with that. But how was that? How did that connection happen? How did that all go down? Was it just because you guys were friends through the scene, and then he wanted to finally get you guys signed to the label? Was it an actual deal between you and Francis M, talking about it?
Well, that came about when he left Octo, when he went to BMG. BMG gave him a sub-label on top of his new deal. That's why when he left Octo, his first album with BMG was called Free Man, because he felt free and he wasn't locked up.
Oh shit!
The contracts that Octo gave him back in the day. So while they gave him that, they loved Francis over there, and they gave him a sub label, which was Red Egg Records. The first thing he thought was just to sign Master Plann. You know what I mean? His first artist was going to be Master Plann on Red Egg Records.
Yeah.
At that point, that was like 2000s. We had already left and we're back in the States. And he wanted to bring that hip hop back. And for
Whew.
his plan of bringing
Good
that
on
hip
him,
hop
man.
back, he's all, man, I'm going to sign my boys master plan. And that's how that came about.
Yeah. Hey, do you guys have any? Anytime I can highlight legends in the Filipino hip hop game like yourselves and Francis Sam. I try to do that, and so in this platform, I hope to do so as well. But do you guys have any great or funny stories with you guys and Francis Sam that that you could share that just to help remember him? Anything? Probably too many, maybe.
I don't know, man.
There's a
Bush got a lot of stories. I got a couple, but I don't know. You
Oh,
want to put it out there and shit.
okay. Well, hey, man.
there's a lot. There's a lot. But I mean, okay, dude, we all knew like
Oh, the DMZ one.
yeah, yeah, we all like so um Kiko had a show, his moniker was the Mouth. On DMZ, he had a show, a 12 o'clock hip hop slot, and they gave him whatever. He could play whatever hip hop, what he wants or whatever. It was almost like on some K-Day type shit, you know what I mean? But it was late night, they gave it to him, like, I think it started around 11 on a
About that
Saturday,
time, yeah.
so
But we'd be there a little bit earlier hanging out.
yeah, we'd get there early, but I mean, he would be like, okay, where DMZ was at the station, it was kind of like nothing's going on there. It was dark because it was in the same place where they film TV shows, but everyone's gone, but the radio station's always open, right? Um, he would be bored. Hey, buddy, cruise by, dude, bring some music or whatever. We would, bro. This is how
This is
crazy
so
it was.
funny, bro. It's
We would
classic.
take tapes. We would bring tapes and fucking play them and then put them on air. You know what I mean? Just because there was no internet, dog. So it would be like from mixtapes or songs that we recorded when we were in the States, like on KMEL on the Wake Up Show or some shit.
Yeah,
And we'll literally play like parts of the Wake Up Show on his station. You know what I mean? It was crazy. But anyway, on with the story. So he would invite us to go over there, and it was no secret, dude. We like to smoke weed. We drank and shit. That's what he's all fighting. Bring some beers, whatever. Bring some. We'll fucking chunky, blah blah blah. So we'll go. Boom. We'll do our thing, whatever, and then Francis will do his thing, go on there. Yeah, this is the Mouth, GMT, blah blah blah, and then he'll drop his record, and then I'll be all, hey, bro, I got this joint. Let's fucking hit it. He's all, buddy, we can't hit it in here. Let's go outside. I'm all, okay. So we'll go outside, dude. He's all, let me just get this record. Boom. He'll put the fucking record on, and then we'll go. And we'll go in the back, start smoking. And then, we get to clowning, passing the joint around, laughing and shit. And then, we got into a deep conversation about some stupid shit because we just, I don't know, we're clowning on something. I don't know. I forgot what the subject was, but like literally like 15 minutes later, we're all, oh shit, the record's over, dog. That was in DMZ, bro. It was like dead air for like 15 minutes because we're in the weed, dude. And he's like, those are one of those like little things that
that's awesome, man.
that happened.
Then walked out to the studio and chilled. The next thing you know, 15 minutes goes by, and the record's just dead air.
It's dead air.
No, it sounds like you guys had a good time. I also heard one story too about how you guys were recording a song and he was getting a tattoo at the same time.
Yeah, that was Wiz Domination.
Holy shit, man. That was fucking hilarious.
If you hear that song, that part where he's yelling like "Wiz Domination," like he's just yelling, he was actually getting his tattoo, that 3 stars on the sun on his back.
Yeah.
He was getting that. He was getting that tattoo while we were recording that song. So yeah, that was at in San Antonio in Pasig. There was a studio over there.
Yeah, well, I love it. I love it when legends respect legends, and it's good to know that you guys even had an awesome relationship, that you guys were super tight like that, man. So super cool.
Yeah. I mean, we had a lot of the same interests. We like to play golf, video games, play basketball. It was all, we're like,
Yeah.
why not?
he was an artist's artist. You know, he would, you know, if you knew that, you know, you were creative, goddamn, you know,
Yeah.
he'd get down with you.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
awesome, man. Hey, do you guys still keep in touch with his family, or it's now that you're in the States, it's a little difficult?
No, it's I haven't really kept in touch. I mean, the only all the other homies like
yeah,
Yeah,
the homies that were rocking with him.
as for his like
You know,
his wife or family or kids, no, I haven't really
yeah.
spoke to
Well,
them.
hey, man, that's great. And so for you guys, so Johnny Tracer, man, so in terms of Filipino rappers or Filipino American rappers, how does it feel knowing that you had massive influence on so many future generations of other Filipino American rappers like myself, man? So is it a trip to think about it, or is it still just, yeah, hey, just we're doing our thing, and so it's got to be inspirational, I think, man.
it is. It's very inspirational because, like, you know, in the latter days, you know, that was our thing. Was like, you know, at least we're doing something that, you know, other Pinoy hip hop heads or you know, uh, Filipino MCs, producers, whatever, can be inspired by.
Yeah,
You know, as long as we were able to, you know, to touch them and get them to keep on being creative and pushing their art, you know, with a little bit of, you know, our influence, you know, that was the main point, really.
yeah, that's so
You
dope,
know,
man. Yeah, Trace, for you, same way.
Well, it's still it's very humbling. That's what it
Yeah,
is. You know, I
yeah,
you know,
for
it's
sure.
like it still feels the same way how it felt when I first heard about it or first hear about things. I mean, I just it's just really humbling, and I really do appreciate that we were able to influence uh, influence cats, and I mean, I don't know. It's just very hard to explain. It's like I don't have any
sure.
words to explain it, but it's just a good feeling, very humbling.
Yeah, well, it's good to know that you guys are still doing music and still around. So very, very awesome. But hey, even for me, for myself, just thanks again for being that influence and being that
Much respect. Thank you.
that first
Bro.
group, man. Yeah, just for somebody for me to latch into, man. You can connect more with folks that you look like, right?
Hey,
So
much
Right.
respect to you, bro. I mean, like, you know, you're putting out a lot of music. I see your discography as well. You got a lot of material out there, man.
yeah, yeah, I appreciate it, man. And then you can say that it's a result of you guys, man, too.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Hey,
that's
you're
that's
doing
so
your thing, man.
yeah. So really dope. So
Your material rocks, bro.
yeah, and so dope, man. And so I love also your merch game too, man. And so I'm mad that it's always based out of the Philippines. What are you guys doing to bring it to the States, man?
Oh, we got some shit that we're dropping. It's been lagging. We have stuff. We just haven't put it out yet, but it's gonna. We're putting it out ASAP. I'm
Okay.
working on that right now. Yeah.
That's one of our latest products right there. Is the
It's
Masta
amazing, man.
skateboard with the collaboration with Kalia Skates.
Yeah. Well, I'll be in line, man, waiting for it to drop on the
Dope.
US side, man. I love it, man. Hey, man, with
Thank
that, I wanted to talk about some of your videos too, man. The first video I wanted to bring up was your Welcome to Manila video with Bamboo in 2012. I thought it was dope because it was a good bridging of the old and new generation together, coming out to put some dope shit, man. How was that connection made?
you. With Bam. Um. Well, I we used to like I was a fan of Native Guns. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And
yeah.
Big up,
one of the
big up.
homies, yeah, one of the homies, my homie Mike Macabena, he would he was pretty close to Kiwi back then,
Okay.
and he was like, "Hey, there's I got homies out here. They're doing their Pinoys and they're doing their thing out here." I'm like, "Oh shit," you know what I mean? And got to meet them and actually figured out that they're pretty close. Like it was a small circle. We all kind of knew had the same friends and what have you. So long story short, I used to run a bar called the Blue Monkey Lounge,
Okay.
and it was in Hollywood, and they would always like come out, do little shows and promote albums or what have you. And like me and Bam started getting close back then, My son was a big fan of his. Um, I surprised my son one day. I asked Bam if he could come out and do surprise my son and rap for him at a show. I
Oh
gave him some
shit.
tips for that. And like inspired my son. He was like, Bam was totally cool about it. And then we started getting close. And I was like, dude, why don't you ever go to the Philippines? You know what I mean? And he was like, dude, I don't know. He just didn't really have that, I guess, that avenue, yet.
Like,
And I said, dude, why don't we make it happen? You know what I mean? And that's what we did. We planned that the
Homecoming.
yeah,
homecoming show with the homie Rye from Sun Valley Crew,
yeah.
Music Colony, and yeah, so that's how that came about. And since we were out there doing a show, Bam suggested that we do a song together. We did the song. They came up with the music, the hook, and everything. We added our flows, and the rest was history. And then when we were there, shit, we're out there. Might as well film a video. And then that's what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, that was dope. And that's where I'd mentioned that, Johnny did the mix of Tagalog and English. And I was like, oh, that's fucking dope. Let me try that. So that was some good influence. And then Trace, you had that had this line, which is a joke that I always tell to break the ice at work, is the statue joke. I use that all the time, and I heard it in the song. I was like, fuck, it's so brilliant, dude. I fucking love humor, man. So
I remember when that came out, and then the homie Kiwi was like, dude, I don't believe you just put that joke in the rhyme, bro.
I fucking love that shit, man. Yo, I always fucking tell that joke, and so to hear it in a song, I was like, fuck, that's so dope, man. That was hilarious. Hey, were you guys there when they were filming the footage too of the kids diving into the river? I was like, God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when we were walking on that bridge, right, Johnny?
Yeah, shout out to Umph1, RB1, and Cedric. They were the cinematographers, photographers for that video.
Amazing.
They were these kids just freaking diving off the bridge.
Yeah.
And so they just caught that footage, and kids diving off the bridge, buck naked, slapping the asses at the camera.
And fucking perfect form dives, dude. It was fucking
dude, they're so good. And dude, and I don't believe how immune they are to that water, bro. Dude, if I fell in that water, I would probably be in the hospital for
sure.
months.
For sure. Yeah, and just Johnny, I really loved you on the hook too, man. I could feel it, man. It was a great song, man. And you guys mentioned the homecoming set that you guys did. Oh man, I always see footage of those that show, and I was like, God, Lee, man, that would be a fucking amazing one to be at, man.
It was at the iconic B-side venue, which is no longer there. But that was a spot. They had a lot of great events in that area.
Nice, man. Well, dope. And then I want to fast forward to about 8 years where you guys performed at the Flip Top Festival, another festival. Was that
another fun fact about? I just remember the girl singing on the hook part is actually Rocky
Rivera, right?
Yes, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that was a lot of layers to that song, man. I thought that was a brilliant song, and just to me, that was exciting with the old and new together as one, man. That was great.
And having that visual, man, it was,
yeah.
Those guys really worked that video. Shout out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Now the Flip Top.
Yeah. Dude, y'all killed it, man. And so, how was that experience? It looked like thousands of people, and it looked like you got rained on a little bit, right? Was it rain?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, the first
Not
day
too
rained
bad.
a lot. We did the second day. It was a 2-day event. The first day the first night it was coming down, but I mean, people still stayed. It was good.
Yeah.
And it was an epic event. And I mean, it was really fun. It was
the set was fucking bananas, dude. I love how you opened up to Black Rob's Whoa, and then oh god, man, that's just like, dude, that's awesome. And you guys did some cool shit, man, where you performed making moves, and then you brought up all the break dancers, and it was just well put together, man. How much thought did you have in terms of putting that set together?
I mean, just keeping all the elements in place, man. And
Yeah.
and the people who are already there. So it's just like, hey, you know, Jay Masta, get your guys together and get down on this one track, and they perform.
Yeah. Yeah, that had to be
And
fun, man.
shout out to our DJ that night. That was DJ Skits. The homie, he was our DJ that night. He's out there in the Philippines now doing his thing.
Yeah, and I felt like it was a full show, man. Just it was great, man. It wasn't even a quick set. It was actually choreographed and well put together, and it was a good amount of time, man. I know festivals sometimes get shorthanded with time.
Actually, they try to pull the plug, and it was like, this guy's walking around with a sign saying like 5 minutes. And freaking Bush is like, fuck that shit, I put a flight out here. How you gonna tell me 5 minutes? This is our time, our people and shit. Right? And I'm looking at this guy, but
I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that shit.
That looked like a good show, and that's and then I told you guys were flipping the reggae too, and had to be fun, man. Just with the old school meeting the new school combined together at that festival, man.
Yeah, that was the first for us to see a lot of those artists that night at Flip Top. So it was really a really great culmination of, all the OGs were there, but also with Flip Top, being a flag bearer for a lot of the new MCs, we got exposed to a lot of other cats out there as well, and it made some bridges.
Yeah, super dope, man. And so, I love all this footage, man, that survives. And, I mentioned even the Wish Bus stuff that you guys have going on. I love that. The last one with the bringing it back. And then you had the Way of the Plan a couple years ago. You guys have any plans to do any more in your future? How's that work? Do they just call randomly and invite you? Or how's that work in terms of getting on the Wish Bus?
I think the last time we had already done Bring It Back. So we're like, a good way to promote it was the Wish Bus again. So we hit them up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Damn, that's dope, man. I was wondering, I was like, I wonder if that bus picks them up or.
No, it's actually just parked and then we go to the bus.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. All right, and so nowadays that you guys are in the States, how often do you guys get a chance to go back to the Philippines? Is it seldom now, or do you still make it an effort to go every couple years?
Every couple of years, we try to get out, with Bush making the connects for collaborations for 2023.
Yeah,
which was our last trip. I mean, we make the effort.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's great, man. And again, I love that you guys are still performing, and it's the best, man. Yeah. So with that, thanks again. I appreciate it. Now, what I want to do is jump to a segment that I call "What Kind of Filipino Are You?" I left these questions out to surprise you guys, man, and just have some fun with it, man. So a couple of questions I'm gonna ask you guys. All right, hey Johnny, you're gonna take the first one. When in the year is it an appropriate time to put your Christmas tree up? Are you a September guy, or more closer to November or December?
I'm more of a December guy. Like like I said, when my parents migrated to the States, and freaking Christmas was in December. And so I'm more of traditionally December. I mean, that's when the vibe is out there. People are yeah, but I appreciate the fact that in the Philippines we have the longest Christmas season in the world. Starting from what is it? First month ending in Burr, so like Three Kings in January or February. So we got the longest Christmas season in the world. So
that's right. Tracer, what about you?
Shit, I don't even have a Christmas tree up. To be honest, I'm not really I love Christmas and all that, but yeah, I mean, the kids are out and whatever, they're older and stuff, so yeah, I don't remember the last time I put a Christmas tree up.
All right, I'm guilty. I'm okay with doing it after Halloween. My wife is okay after Thanksgiving, so.
Hey, why not?
You gotta respect.
Back in the day,
those holidays.
It did come early. It did come early back in the day, but yeah.
Okay, that's great. Good answers, fellas. All right, so if you are Filipino, you have a Filipino nickname, right? Not your real name. All right, Tracer, what's your Filipino nickname?
Oh my, well, all my manong, it changed to manong, but really, you know, my real name was Voltaire, and then my nickname was Butch.
Ah, okay. Sweet, man. All right. What about you, Johnny?
That his nickname is Jenny, Jenny. That's his Jenny, Krish. That's his name. Jenny Krish.
Shit, dude.
but he is Boots.
Boots.
Boots. You know, the ones you wear on it, then there ain't boots. They're rain boots.
Oh shit.
No, but like
Huh?
you know, being Bisaya, you know, talk,
Fuck. Okay. Oh man, those are great. Filipinos got the best
Utot?
nicknames
I
ever.
didn't know that shit, bro. Your name was Utot?
si Tot, si Toto na Utot, oh,
Look, Utot, pare. What the hell?
Tot.
Oh shit.
Who's gonna nickname their kid Utot, bro? Damn.
Holy shit. Yes. All right. I'll give Johnny this one. Hey, Johnny, do you prefer to shop at Greenbelt or Green Hills?
Dude, man. Depends on what I'm feeling, what my pocket feels like. You know? But I don't know. I mean, Green Hills is a lot of
That
fun,
polo
man.
hoodie he's wearing from Green Hills.
You know, it's the
No,
regular
it's
size.
not
the
polo,
regular
it's
size.
Lolo.
I'm a Green Hills guy, man.
Green Hills is fun, man. You know, you
Green Hills
you
is
go to
really
Ling
fun.
Nam for a little bite. You know, you walk around. You know,
I love Green Hills. Yeah.
yeah, I love Green Hills. Green Hills is fun.
Tracer, are you the same?
Yeah, Green Hills, definitely,
Yeah.
man.
All my
Back in the
drinks.
day,
Uh-huh.
when I used to live there, dude, I was there all the time when I were buying the bootleg video games.
Oh,
That's
sure.
where you know, it's actually in the other side, Vero Mall,
Okay.
on the other
Right,
side.
Miramar, yeah.
But yeah, it was still there. Um, yeah, man, fucking bootleg video games. I had thousands of games, bro. On the Famicom, bro, dude. They had this thing called the UFO. It went on top of the Famicom, and it's a hard drive, and then you put the cartridge on top, and there's a hard drive in the middle to where you could just copy the game,
Oh, shit.
and then it's on a floppy.
Oh
And we
man.
just buy floppies for what? It was like not even 100 pesos for a fucking game. It was nuts.
Hey, the technology was out there, man. Freaking Southeast
Yeah,
Asia,
for
bro.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, most definitely Green
Breaking
Hills.
into everything, bro.
Okay. I'm glad you guys aren't opposed to Green Hills. I love that place.
Oh, not at all, man.
Okay. All right, Tracer, your question next, man. Filipino spaghetti or Italian style spaghetti?
Dude, Filipino, bro. Put sugar and shit, hot dog, all that shit. Cheese, motherfucker. Dude,
Bay leaves,
ketchup,
that
whatever, dude.
motherfucker?
What we put on there, bro?
Bay leaves.
Yeah.
Everything,
The
bro.
hot dogs.
The hot dogs, bro. You know what I mean? Of course, man. Like when I have Italian spaghetti, I'm like, man, this shit is bland, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta do something to this, man. Bake it or some shit. We gotta do something.
John, are you a Filipino spaghetti guy or Italian spaghetti guy?
Filipino spaghetti, bro. I mean, shoot. Out in PI, I used to make like tuna spaghetti, bro. You know, because you know the tuna will come in different flavors. You know, and then be like, hey, you know, they ain't got no ground beef. Use tuna. You know,
Oh, shit. I've enjoyed that.
Tuna spaghetti, bro. I never heard of that one. That's a good one.
man. You know, concoctions, bro.
I love it. All right, Johnny, you got the next one, and you have to justify it.
Okay.
Spam or corned beef?
Corned beef.
Why is that?
Corned beef you can make with anything. You know,
Okay.
like going back to the canned goods, you get your canned peas, your canned vegetables, and then you know you throw it in with the corned beef. Bang, you got a meal. You know, I mean, corned beef is compatible with that corned beef fried rice.
Compatibility.
You know,
But I mean, spam
it's
too, bro.
convenient.
I mean, you could do that with spam, but I mean, I feel like corned beef is better with rice. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
compatibility to mix with anything, bro.
but then
Corned beef.
again, you could get creative with the spam. You know what I mean? When you're sautéing the spam, add a little sugar, make it like honey bake and shit, ham, but it's spam. You know, you get
You get that glazy crust
you get
on
a
it,
little
bro.
glaze on there about it. That's good too. So I don't know. For me, both, man. I can't.
Both?
Fuck it. I put both.
Both
Okay.
will work. Yeah,
Very,
but
very respectable answers from the both of you, man.
you
All right, I'm
know.
gonna give Johnny. Are you a basketball fan too, or more football?
More football, bro.
Okay.
Obviously,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't want to talk about our Warriors right now, but yeah, man.
Well, you talk about them a lot when they're winning, dude.
Of course.
You
Why
gotta
would I
talk
not?
about them when they're not winning.
Well, because there's so many bad points to talk about, which I don't want to talk about. So you know, but
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
it's football right now, baby. You know,
Okay.
we got a bye week, so yeah, it's a lot of good football today.
Tracer, I know you're a big Lakers fan, right? Hardcore.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So, all right, Lakers fan, man. But you know, it's awesome that we got some Filipinos in the game too. Jordan Clarkson at the Jazz, and then
Yeah.
Jalen Green at the Houston Rockets. So, if the Lakers were playing the Utah Jazz or the Houston Rockets, where we got some Filipinos representing, who do you prefer to win? Your
Whoever's
Lakers.
gonna win, whoever's gonna win him the money. That's me.
Yeah. Hey, whatever my bet's on, you know what I mean? I love my team, but if I know my team's gonna lose against somebody, I bet the other team. It's that money, bro. Money talks, box, you know?
Yeah. Oh man, hey, that's great, dude. Well, hey, gents, hey,
We're up
thanks
to
again.
the green.
Hey, thanks again for an amazing session. I appreciate that. Do you guys have any special projects that you want to highlight and talk to us about that are coming in 2024?
What do we got coming, Jenny?
We're gonna be putting out the merch as soon as possible. I think.
Yeah.
You know.
I think we're trying to work on a U.S. tour. It's still tentative, but yeah, definitely more shows coming. And I've been fucking around, getting on that DJ thing. You'll probably start seeing me spin more often at different spots. And yeah, that's still
Awesome.
doing our master plan shit. Ain't nothing changed, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, hey, Johnny Tracer, anybody you guys want to shout out before we close this amazing interview?
Tracer?
Shout out. I'd like to shout out just the whole hip hop Pinoy community that still supported us through all these years, still remember who we are and still play our music. Just a big shout out to all the, I don't call them fans, I call them fams, because it's like family, man. And just a big shout out to everybody that supported us for all these years, man.
100%.
Word.
Yep.
Word.
Well, good, man. Hey, thanks again. As mentioned, man, you guys are legends, and you guys truly were game changers. And man, you guys influenced generations of Filipino rappers. And again, to mention as myself, man, I really appreciate it. I'm so happy that you guys are still doing this thing and representing. And I look forward to continuing to cheer you guys on and just following whatever you guys do in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Much love, bro.